Hello and welcome, internet friends. New and returning, my name is Hunter and we are playing Cosmoteer. I thought I would start this episode a lot differently than I usually do. Like a lot differently. We are in a creative world with no stars or anything. We're gonna just gonna load in. We are looking for pirate ships that we can find the specific ship that we captured and then rebuilt. I recognize a lot of these ships as ships that I've killed. It's gonna be an angular ship like this. There it is, right there, the Renegade. I'm gonna load the Renegade in, and we are going to try to play with this thing, figure out how to make it something more like what we want. It's just like the basic ship as it exists. We don't need any of this structure back here, I don't think. It's a lot of crew for such a small ship. Let's get it down to its absolute minimalistic profile. This. Just take out that random junk that they put into it. This is what we've got as a basic profile. We've got these two power capacitors. We probably don't want those. Instead, I think we're going to start by giving it two small generators where the power capacitors used to be. Then I'm going to look at weapons here. We want it to be a... yeah, we want to have mining lasers. So how can we fit two mining lasers on this? Maybe like that, and then like that. If we just think about how this is going, we want to move this. Oopsie. Just undo that. This up. Move this up. And then we have something of a new situation in the center here where we can put a bit of storage. What are we going to do here? This is unnecessary. We do want airlock hatches. Put them here. Here. So this is what I have as the beginning of the core of the mining ship. I build a big storage bay, like the biggest storage bay on the front there. Factory-wise, we want their high explosive missiles. Okay, manufactures guided high explosive missiles that cause significant damage. Consumes iron and sulfur. We want this. Let's flip it though. We will be able to get in that way. Don't know if there's a point in having two of these. Just look at more storage here. We can just put this here like this. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's good at all. We really have no idea what we're doing with this. So we're just experimenting in the rawest sense. Now we need engines. How are we going to fit engines in? How are people going to even access them? I don't think they're going to be able to in the current design, so move that up. That up. Let's go to engines. Doesn't need to be super fast. That being said, I don't think that's going to hurt us any. Maybe like this. Then turn this back into the storage size it was before, because that was a silly idea. And then maybe put our airlock hatches here, here. Design is strange as all hell. Put some kind of big storage unit at the back too, but I don't know how we'll reach it. I mean, the easiest way to reach it would just be to grab these and move them out, right? It's not right in the original position, please. Yes. But then in that case, we can move these out, right? And then once we've moved these out, our problem that we had before, sort of in here with not enough room to put extra space, storage in, goes away because I can easily do this. Then we can build storage. We want as much storage as possible. That's the whole point of this thing, right? Like that. So there's no more efficient way that I can think of to have that much storage in there. We'll pull these doors out. they're not really right. I know what you're thinking. This is insane. Yeah, it's insane. But I also think it's okay. Like, I think that it's insane in a way that might just work. Here's to hoping. I don't even know. We don't want this to be big is the thing. We're trying to do this with almost no crew because we need to be able to make missiles for ourselves with almost no crew, right? We don't have the crew because we haven't moved on yet, and we need the missiles. So I know that's bad, but just like symmetry, okay? Sue me, don't sue me. The actual symmetry for this side though is moving this to here, and now we need to basically armor it. So we're going to use armor to sort of give the idea that it's still a ship and not some kind of horrid space block. The purpose of this thing is to accumulate wealth. So, you know, it's a horrid space block. We know it's a horrid space block, okay? I know what it is. I know what it is. I don't want that symmetry I want. So how do I rotate this so that it goes this way? I know I can. Can I not? Oh yeah, there it is. I don't know why I didn't see that right away. Diagonal, like this way? Great. Now we can build this thing out in a way that makes sense. Okay, and I'm gonna put some angles on this. Like that. That. Just mirror this so we can do that. There we go. It's just a huge block of armor. It's fine though, right? Look, 150,000. That's what this thing would cost. I don't have 150,000. See what else we got here? We need to sort of armor the back. Little wedge in here. Oh no, that's a peak. We want a wedge. There we go. Look at this thing. It's awful. It's totally awful. I bet it flies like it's a brick. They're gonna all go out there. They're gonna do stuff. Listen. It's not supposed to be art, okay? It's just supposed to figure it out. Oh, it's not flying in the right direction. We need to make sure it knows which direction its front is. So we do that. Flight direction is this way. There we go. There we go. Now it knows which way to fly. All right. All right. It looks like some kind of it looks like some kind of like death gnat. I don't know why, but you know, if something comes and attacks it, it won't immediately explode. I can't even. I'm sorry. This I made a thing. I'm gonna save this design. We're going to save this design. We're going to give it a very... Look at these different versions of the wedge. This is new. Ooh. We haven't seen this yet. We're going to call this the Gnat, because that's what it looks like to me. And then we're going to go, and we're going to load our actual game. It can move. It probably can't defend itself at all, but I think it's perfectly suited to the task. Like, I really do. Let's grab the Renegade here. You're gonna be so upset. You're gonna be so upset. This poor ship. It thinks it's a thing that it's not gonna be for much longer. Okay, first of all, let's just communicate here. Right, we need to buy some schematics that we don't have. Like we do not. Oh, we do have the mining laser. That's good. Maybe we don't need to buy anything then. We don't need anything there. No shield generator. I don't need a bigger control room or a huge thruster. We'll need those someday though. No, medium reactor. Oh yeah, we do need to buy the high explosives factory. That's a big deal. And we want to move this ship to here, because this is where the smashed up station has all of its garbage lying around that we can steal. Steal for our purposes. I don't think we're going to be able to do this, but we want to see how far off we are. Let's just... The skeleton crew here, on the Renegade is just gonna, you know, do their best to keep the engines running and nothing else. Oh no, what if the engine stopped? Somebody deal with that. I'm not sure why I told them to power the weapons. This is probably dumb. Sorry. I should be taking this very seriously. This is a very serious game, and I'm doing a very serious thing. Very important that we take this very serious game very seriously. Serious face. Oh, we need money. Like, lots of it. That makes sense. I'm not honestly sure we can make that much money, but we will, first off, use the Renegade here to just pick up. Does the Renegade even have the... Does the Renegade even have... It doesn't. So, first of all, things need to happen, okay? Okay, Renegade. You need to sell all your damned ammo, because you're not a combat ship anymore. You're just a hull, right? You're just a hull. So holding all this ammo is just dumb. It's not worth anything. But it's still dumb. It's just filling up space we could be using to acquire some of this space junk out here. Go, Renegade, go! Your crew is so small. I could just, I think... A good idea here would probably be to get enough crew to take me to 12. I don't want 20 crew, but I do want... Let's hire 1, 2... Hire this until it says 12. Good. The only things we don't want to pick up right now are basically we don't want ammo. So try to gather as much of this stuff as you can. And then the Wedge here will sort of help. The Wedge can send their people out to this further wreck. Your job is going to be to change yourself to the new Wedge 3. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that isn't that great. I mean, I'm not a great ship designer. I'm learning as I go, and we don't want this like this. Not for this ship. So we want this to vertical axis. So we have designed a new version of this ship. So this is the Wedge 2B. If we go to our... Whoops, I switched to paint again. I always do that. I always think that that's what blueprinting is. So, replacing the existing. This is the Wedge 3. Okay, this is the design of the Wedge 3. There's a lot of thought that happened here, including some suggestions. Suggestion from the comments. Thank you again. To move these engines down here to get a better center of gravity and to have them, like, embedded into the hull. Suggestion from me, which means less good, add some point defense on the sides because I think our crew can handle it, just in case we meet some missile boats. I know there's missile boats out there. And suggestion from a different commenter was that my hallways all suck, and I agree with them. I just didn't think there was a solution to it. So I sat down and thought, what is the solution? How do we do this? And so we've got some things we did. We moved the bridge back so we can have a hull cut through here so they can reach the guns more easily. We moved the generators up so that they can reach the engines through hallways instead of having to go through the generators, which will make that faster. They also reach the hyperdrive straight from a hallway. I think that's good, but the thing I didn't even think about when I was doing this is that we should do this, right? Like putting the crew back and putting the generators forward creates a shorter distance between the generators and the shields, which means in combat we might get faster shield refreshes. I guess this is the compromise door, right? This is the door that is the most central. That way our generators are closer to our shields and our front guns. They're a little further away from the engines, but I think the closer to the shields makes up for how much further they are from the engines. I think. I don't know. This is the idea, though. And we're going to test it. We're just going to hot test it, just like this. Now, there are a couple of things that are different here, though, because now we're back at the place we were before, where straight shots through the guns will impact the center here, probably destroying this corridor. Which isn't great. But we could Could create cord. No, because that means putting on... We don't want that. We don't want 2 doors into the guns, do we? No. The problem with this, and it's something that has occurred to me a lot, is that, again, straight... So I'm going to have to angle more because I can't afford straight shots through the guns, because they're basically going to take both the guns and the shields offline if that happens, which is not good. It's not good at all. But I think this might be... Oh, I put those in the wrong spot. I forgot. We're supposed to have hallways below here. I'm not... Yeah, I don't know for sure if this is actually better. Well, these guys got pushed outside because they used to... They're now in generators. Okay. So the new version, we need to do some sorting. We need to do some reorganization again. Happens every time. It's fine. Because the bays have changed. We no longer want missiles up there. We now want missiles down here. I mean, the thing about this version is that this version clearly is going to require me to fly properly. You know, like, it's going to require me to actually angle the front of my ship so it's hard for them to shoot straight down. You know, we want to be firing with our weapons so that we're inside of the area where all 4 guns can hit, but right on the edge so that we, like, it's bad angles. Yeah, I mean... I think this is what we're going with. Let's do the crew. We're going to go to our crew here and edit their role again and just change things slightly. They are going to do... So they do not... Like, I want them to supply the missiles if, and only if, there's literally nothing else for them to do. And then we need to go to energy weapons, and we need to make sure we know that they don't supply that. That's not their job. Okay, so this is going to go guns. So that is 5 crew member from each side. And then we want to have 1 guy from that side do that, 1 guy from that side do that. And those guys will be permanently in their stations, not loading or doing anything else. All right? All right. Now down here, we got this middle one. This person's job is going to be to handle rear engines, fire brigade, and they're going to be missile loaders. Right. So, and like everybody will handle the bays because that usually happens when we're not out, and that's their job. This crew here, they're here now. They're there now. I moved them. They're doing this, right? They're doing this. Wait, no, not this. They don't do guns. Doing these front engines. They're doing storage, but not the guns. They're going to supply power to those 2-point defense. And then they're going to also assist with adding power into the shields so that we got lots of crew worried. Whoops. So that we have lots of crew worried about the shields. Okay. Let's check power. Oftentimes it gets reset when we add new things or move them around. I mean, saying it gets reset is not really a good way of explaining it. It's... Both of you can handle that. This, and this. We're gonna go this side only doesn't do this. Side only doesn't do this. That's fine. Okay, so right now we have one problem I see, which is that nobody is doing the new point defense. So we go to the crew and we make sure that they have point defense set as a job priority. Yeah, they don't, which is why. Okay, we also want to make sure they have job priority. Shield generators, they're handling that just fine. Okay, good. Now we should see them power that up. There are definitely still problems with this design. You have to go through lots and lots of half-speed squares to get to these point defense, which sucks. They're not that big a thing, though. They're just to shoot down the odd missile that gets fired at me, just so that it's not impossible to have missiles shot down, if you know what I mean. I literally said something that doesn't make sense, which is that these guys, whose literal job it is, somehow don't have to power these guns. They absolutely do. If they don't, who will? No one. No one will do it if they don't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got some extra guys in here whose job seems to pretty much just be to power the shields. Yes, good. Okay, let's head out and do this. This is a pirate base, I'm pretty sure, that I'm supposed to kill. What, is there anything else? We'll do this first. So yeah, during the next section, we're going to do some quick reviews of 3 deaths that I had in a row, the first 3 deaths in the series. The first death here, I clear the first asteroid belt just fine. There's 2 missile boats and a slightly more powerful ship there. And then I come over here and we discover one of my big problems. And that is that I love to zoom in so I can see exactly what's happening in the ships. I stay too zoomed in, and I don't know what's happening. That little ship there with the red arrow, that's something I didn't even notice, which is that I am being flanked. I'm about to be flanked. I am being flanked. I realize I've been flanked. Oh god, I'm flanked. I killed the first ship, which is probably luck. You know, and then we try our best to kill this thing, but there's no way. Not with that many cannons, not with one of our front engines out already, and now we can't back off at all. He just stands at his preferred range and kills us till we die. Really, nothing we can do. We only have 1 turning thruster left. Eventually, we make a vague attempt to try to escape, but no. 2 little engines left. No. And I'm realizing that I can't. So I don't pay enough attention to things that are going on around me. I don't zoom out enough. And I don't pay enough attention to the minutiae of things. And now this time, we crashed into the asteroid. We are going to have the exact same thing happen to us. That's right, 2 times in a row, I die. Because I do not pay attention to the fact that I am not fighting alone. In the commentary later, you're going to notice that I kind of mention it like it's a big deal. I'm trying to angle so that I can get my front on both of them so that I can more rapidly switch from one to the other after having fired, but it's too late. There's not even any chance to reposition anything. And the last one here, this one is hilarious. Again, spatial awareness. This is the spatial awareness death. So what is going to happen is I have defeated the first bouncer. There's bouncers around here. They're those ones that you saw in the last clip where they have the 4 cannons and then lots of guns on the side. There's this little shitty thing that I'm so overconfident I can kill. Like, I'm so overconfident that I can kill it that I am going to literally almost kill it and then turn my missiles off just so I don't waste any missiles. And, well, my lack of spatial awareness is going to utterly kill me. So you can see, smashing missiles into it, he's coming apart, exploding everywhere. We're sure we got him. Rear engines hit. Turn off our missiles. Fire in his cockpit. And we realize we've flown right into the pirate station. We try to escape, but it's a joke at this point. The little bouncer like zooms right after it. It is very fast front speed. Now we're back into the game. Like somebody will come along, or like last time, I will utterly forget the fact that I'm actually in an area that has a base in it, even though the base is literally what I'm there to kill. Okay, this is the most dangerous of these ships, so hopefully we can just get him done. Are the missiles on? They are. That's fine. It's really actually quite fine. The fact that my backwards thrust is so bad is making it so that I don't have any, like, I don't participate in any way in picking the range, right? Like, they just get to decide. I don't know, I backed off a bit there successfully. He'll probably try to catch back up to me though. If he does, we'll back off again. Right? Yeah, and we'll give him just... You know, maybe... He's basically dead, so... Which side we're giving him. And I say he's basically dead, but he ain't basically dead. He's got tons of weapons left. Let's drift even more onto the side that has more armor left. So we want to hit him. And he's no longer a ship. We always want to shoot the cockpits out of the missile boats because they're basically treasure chests. Zoom out to range so we can actually watch what's happening. For the most part, what we want on the missile boats is to shoot them down slow. We do gotta watch out for his friends participating, though. The combination of our shields and our new point defense will probably make this a breeze. Because whatever missiles we fail to fire down get shot. It looks like somebody out there killed the third. Nope, he's still around. Just gonna zip over to here quick. No repairs necessary. Now that we've reached him, transfer... I don't have to do it from there. Transfer one crew. And once we've transferred one crew, we switch to it. We tell our guys, hey, transfer the resources from here. We want all the missile parts. Thank you. Initiate the transfer, and then we want to start disassembling him. Now we got to kill this last guy. He's also probably a missile ship. Missiles are turned off, but the crew will still reload them. It's great, because it means that the next time we do turn them on, they will be ready. For reals. Ready? For reals? And then we don't need to do anything fancy for this guy, because our point defense will destroy most of the missiles and the rest of them will bounce as far as shields. He might do some armor damage, because the shield, you can see the shield now overlaps the armor a bit differently. Because we pushed the nose out. There we go, he's no longer a ship. Kill the last two missiles. Mark him. Get out of here. So the ships around here are pretty tough. Like, they're really tough. We're probably gonna have to use our missiles. I'm repeating myself. You probably... I don't even know if we did talk over for the last two deaths, but I don't know what we did. There's like three stationaries in the station itself. And then there's me out here trying to kill these guys before they kill me. Let's see here. Maybe we can pull him out far enough to get him. But we do want missiles on for this. We don't want them anywhere near each other when we attack them. Like, the furthest apart they can be, the best. They generally range around here quite a lot. They're crossing over, which means we may be able to catch this guy on his furthest point this time. I want to fire on his ammo through his guns, because it's the fastest way to do damage to this enemy design. And we want to make sure that our range is maximized, so that we start by giving him a bit of a front angle so that his shots can't shoot straight down the guns. So looking at us, we're doing okay. He is getting shots in on the guns, which is not great. But you see how much damage we did there. Now we want to switch to his power core. He's getting shots on these two through this shaft. We're just gonna switch that side. Fly right in. and use his wreckage to repair. There are other ships around here, and some of them are bitches. Like last time, one of the fast little ships literally fled as I was destroying him when he was burning up towards the station, which is what I would do too. And it meant that this guy, this bouncer here, did me a lot of damage I couldn't really afford. We don't want to be going that fast, but we do want to turn towards him. Just like last time, fire at his ammo. That's where we want the missiles to be hitting. Now we want to give him a hard angle. We want to pull ourselves back. Forward thrusters are completely expendable. Let's give him the other angle now, so that he can't just fire down. Again, forward thrusters are completely expendable. Trying to keep our guns offline, but really can't do it. While we go in here, we repair. We've used all of our missiles. Even though we just pulled a whole bunch of new ones out, but that's fine. That's acceptable. I don't care. It's just good thought hygiene to turn our missiles off. We do not need missiles against what we're fighting next. These stationary places, we usually want to try to range them. Just check and make sure our range is maximized. That we're not giving him a straight shot, even if he does actually get some oh, that's interesting. We brought the missile guy into range. Which is not something we really wanted to do, so let's just circle this way. I can't remember, what is the strafe key? This is the strafe, right? What if we strafe move away? Like that. And then just try to keep our front on him so that as we strafe away, we're killing missiles still. Like that. That way we can get at a range out of the missile guy, kill the one around this side. Because this guy's probably a cannon one, and these guys just we can literally just stop at range, right? Like fire on this. And I think we just automatically outrange him. Right out like that. He just can't even shoot us. We do need to keep a good range out though, because there are other ships that could join to help. Heat this up. We want to go here, 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 and there. To both help us look for other ships and get us into the place where we can fire on this guy. Now, this one shouldn't be too difficult. He has 2 missile launchers, I think, unlike the... Ooh, that's a bitch. That could matter. Just go down to 1. Nope, he only has 1 missile launcher. He's meaningless. 1 missile launcher I can easily handle, I say, while my point defense utterly fail. Well, at least we're going to be able to reload our missiles without having to go back to that other place, right? We absolutely want to be at absolute maximum range, so he can't fire anything on us. Then we just want to zoom out and see if any of his buddies are going to join in, because we don't want that. So I've learned a lot this time, I think, about caution. But making sure that we're turning things in properly. He got some shots off on the back, which I hate about the missile launchers. You know, I probably could sneak in rear point defense, but I don't think this ship can handle it. I think this ship is pretty much what it's going to be, right? It's there. We're there. This base here is worth a lot more than its mission. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to end this episode here. Sadly, we won't be able to try out our horrid gnat design. I think it'll do what it has to do, and if it won't, then it won't. And we'll discover it. Either because someone will tell us, or because when we try to do it, nothing will happen. Thank you for watching. This has been Hunter. Next time we will hopefully actually have a mining ship. A real mining ship with some, like, missile factories on it. It's a cute little thing. I love it. And I hope you come to see it. I hope to see you around. Yeah. Thanks for watching.